play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Tackle back at the 35-yard line.
42 middle. Drill 52.
Second and 13. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll look to throw again. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Yellow, go. You, yellow.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, ready?
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Check right.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. And the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Wentz now on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Wentz going to throw. Out left to Dotson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Going right back to Dotson. Touchdown, Washington. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Commanders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Commanders 21, Patriots 7.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Let's go.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left.
Strikers, 3-3. Right, right. Field, black. Ready.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Ready.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. William Jackson with a pick. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Now Joey Sly for the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Ball red. Black Ultra.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks. Like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. To throw is Wentz. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll run with Gibson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Wentz. Incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Here's Wentz to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Commanders 35, Patriots nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here we go.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Wentz. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one good for 37 yards.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this, it just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves.
Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Trouble 38. Shot 17. Slide blue. Ready?
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Harris running straight ahead, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Cluster 6. Green Jack.
Second and 11. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Gibson here running out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd and 8.
Sunday!
Wentz. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, so much for holding them to a field goal. The pressure they got home on the previous play didn't hear, and that bought their quarterback some time to find a receiver, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
Wentz now to throw. And he's got it. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. They'll try to run with Gibson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Commanders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. In motion left goes a tight end. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
5, 97.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start.
There you go.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9.
Six, seven. Yellow.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Red, yellow. Cut.
They go play action here on first down. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
New England on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamin Davis. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity, as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Wentz's throw taken in by Samuel. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are. And let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Go. Great 15. Great 15.
Now Wentz. Caught on the slant. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Now Wentz again. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Here we go. Let's go. Great. Sunday. This 5-7.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. throwing right, and that's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. William Jackson with a pick. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately. And now here is another interception. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation...
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Slide for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Okay, ready?
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Hey, green.
final shot. They'll look to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just